to spend less time on content. I'm Dave Meyer, the president of BusyWeb, and I'm also one of the owners or hosts of HubSpot user groups, in particular the Twin Cities HubSpot user group, co-hosted by Dynamico. Hello to my friends at Dynamico, and the Manufacturing Midwest Hub. And so both of those hugs are on today, and we're super excited to have you. This is intended to be an interactive experience, and so we're going to do some demo today, as well as some slide content, and we're going to be watching the chat if you do have specific questions. I think we're going to be able to stop the recording towards the end and go into more of the virtual or live Q&A if you want to chat. But super excited to have you all here, and let's get started because there's a lot of content to get through. All right, first a little bit about what all of this is. If you want my contact information, you can just scan the QR code or enter the info that you see here. I am the president and owner of BusyWeb. We're a Twin Cities-based HubSpot sales enablement agency that focuses on content and on all of the things that go into making HubSpot amazing. We're a platinum HubSpot partner, and together with Dynamico, we are the Twin Cities HubSpot user group hosts, and we also host the Manufacturing Midwest Hub. So super excited to have you here. BusyWeb has 3 HubSpot certified trainers on team, and our team of 25 has been doing this for now 25 years. It's a kind of an exciting year for us, and we're super, super pumped about where things are going, and would love to chat if you have any specific questions. I'm going to have more links to you and for you in a few minutes. All right, so since we have so much content to get through, and since I want to do some live demo, I'm going to jump right in and talk about what you need to know about HubSpot's AI. Now, there's lots of other AI tools out there, and as a matter of fact, I give a couple of trainings on both ChatGPT and Gemini and how all of those things work and interact in the lives of marketers. We're not going to talk a lot about the other tools today because I think HubSpot does a brilliant job of merging all of the possibility of AI, at least at the start, right, to give you what you need in order to break writer's block, in order to get into more content, more getting things down on screen. And it really makes the life of a marketer far, far easier. There are some caveats and some dangers, and I'm going to point those out as well, but let's jump in. All right, so the big things that HubSpot does inside of AI, of course, are generate content. So drafting prospecting emails, social media copy. You can go all the way through to build websites. We're not going to talk about the build websites part today because I wanted to focus more on content. And you can also do company research both through ChatSpot and inside of your system. And we're actually seeing a bunch of new advancements inside of the tools that let you interact with your CRM in ways that weren't possible before. So the roadmap for HubSpot as far as AI over the past year has been pretty dramatic. There was basically nothing before 2023 that was super obvious and super helpful. But over the past year, they've come up with their content assistant, and that does landing pages, social, marketing, calls to action. You can generate images now. You can do AI email subject lines, social posts, and much more. So Marketing Hub is where we're going to focus most of our attention today. You can also do sales forecasts and content assistant in emails inside of Sales Hub and with the connections. So if you're in your Google Workspace or in Microsoft 365, you can generate AI emails to your prospects in real time. And I'm going to demo that because I think it's pretty cool. Service Hub, you can do chatbots that interact with your content and your website. And also there's a content assistant and conversation summaries inside of all the interactions that you have to let your reps interact with people and to let you summarize things that you've had, like meetings. And then, of course, CMS Hub, there's a website builder where you literally go through and you answer a bunch of questions, and it creates a full website pretty intense and pretty amazing. I will say that it's definitely not the professional one that you're looking at and for, but there's a lot of really, really cool stuff that you can do. I did see that Brett asked, can the AI generated images be used in blogs or other web pages? Yes, with a big asterisk. And I'm going to talk about that when we get into the image generation content part. There's just some gray area right now around copyright and around other things on how you should be using it. So we're going to talk about the pros, cons, and watchwords for all of those things as we go through today. Great question. Thanks, Brad. All right. So the AI roadmap moving forward, we're looking at lots of things with AI assistants. There are agent content that you can do inside of Chatbot and Service Hub. There's lots of insights that you can do on the back end of your CRM and interact with that. And of course, I'm going to be demoing ChatSpot because it's one of my favorite tools, but you can do sales prospecting, all of the content generation things that you can do inside of the content builders as well, inside of HubSpot, you can do in ChatSpot. And there's some really, really nice integration. You can do research on your prospect in ChatSpot with one button. You can add their companies or their contact info that you found into your CRM. It's pretty intense and amazing. All right, so all of that is where we are. Now I want to give you a couple of words of warning. First, with all things AI, recognize and respect that this is just intended to be a tool, something that can help you to speed up your process, to do your work faster, and to take some of the drudgery out of what we do as marketers. It is not a replacement for you as a marketer and for you as a human. One of the most salient points I think about AI and where it's going right now, and that goes for search engine optimization, it goes for content writing and how Google's going to rank you and how you feel and sound when you're interacting via AI generated content. It's all content that has been, or AI uses and rewords content that has been created in the past. So the object or the idea of straight, like from scratch generated creativity doesn't exist in AI. It doesn't generate new things, it regurgitates old things. So in blind tests, Neil Patel just had a webinar yesterday, as a matter of fact, in blind tests where they did optimized content generated by AI versus optimized content generated 100% by a human. That human generated content did outperform the AI generated content because the AI content's been seen before. It's out there in some way in the world. AI doesn't generate things from scratch. So keep that as a watchword and be careful with that. And note that AI tends to, just kind of through how the algorithm works, it doesn't help you with accuracy and copyright. And in some cases, you are running the danger of getting all the way into plagiarism. So if it regurgitates something that you've seen somewhere or that it's seen somewhere else and doesn't give the proper credit, that's a issue. There are things called hallucinations in artificial intelligence, and especially in the GPTs, the generative pre-transformers, that make the content overconfident as it generates ideas and information. And so I asked Google Gemini once to summarize my day and to tell me what I had going on, or actually to summarize the emails that I had coming up about an event that I was delivering in 3 days' time. And it told me where I needed to be, what I needed to do, the content and the agenda of the meeting times, and what I was going to be talking about. Here's the catch, though. 100% of that content and information that Gemini gave me was completely false. It gave me the wrong time. It gave me the wrong location. It gave me the wrong content. It just made it up wholesale because it didn't have the information. And so it just said, here's a sample, but it didn't even say, here's a sample. So you need to be very, very careful and double check your work whenever you're using AI. Let's see. Dave, did not, yes. So Trigby asked, didn't I interview ChatGPT on our podcast? And yes, we did at dialitinpodcast.com. About 6 months ago, we did an interview with ChatGPT, and we actually had a friend of ours read the responses of GPT. So that was really fun. If you want to hear what GPT has to say about itself, that's a real fun one. And then James offers, we ran into that in early 2023. We were able to tell which copy came from our competitors and which came from us. Not a lot of players in the industry at the moment, though, so not a lot of sources to look at. Absolutely incorrect. The thing is, you need to be careful with this content. Gemini has some really interesting tools. There's the Google It feature where it actually fact checks its own work. ChatGPT has some ways that you can go backwards, but the content on GPT tends to be older. Also worthy of note that most of the content that we're seeing out of HubSpot is ChatGPT enabled, or it's integrated with OpenAI. So all of the same drawbacks or weaknesses of AI from ChatGPT. So if you see warnings about ChatGPT, you can take those same grains of salt and apply them to the flavoring of your particular marketing system. All right, so that's all this. I wanted to make sure that we give that plenty of time because I don't want anyone to get in trouble with the AI content, certainly not as a result of this conversation. And I should probably do a little disclaimer that your mileage may vary, caveat emptor, all of that stuff. Make sure that you're being careful and responsible when you generate content with AI. All right, enough said, soapbox back down. Let's talk about the blog content writer. And again, I'm going to demo this as well. So if you've not used this yet, it's super, super helpful and can dramatically speed up the ideation, at least, of your blogs, and can actually help generate beautiful content that with sufficient editing is fit for common use or public use. So blog content, in order to do blogs, you're going to go into your HubSpot account, go to marketing, and then website, and then blog, and then you're going to click generate blog post. And note on this post, there's the little widget, that little almost looks like a spinning top, I guess. That is the indicator inside of HubSpot of an AI-enabled tool. So you'll see that all over the place inside of HubSpot now. And if you see that, feel free to click it and explore. One of my favorite things about HubSpot is that you can do quite a bit with little to no fear of really seriously messing anything up. So go ahead and play with these tools. So you're going to go in, click generate blog post, and then from here, you're going to be guided through a little wizard that's going to help you create your blog post. So first, you're going to describe your blog post and what country you're in. I think it's interesting that they're stating the country that they're in this early, but it is helpful. So if you're in South Africa, if you're in Germany, it's going to be slightly different as far as what the tools are using, and it'll actually try to integrate in your native language if you build something inside of a different or a non-native English-speaking country. So inside of this blog topic or idea, you want to be as descriptive as possible. I like to include who the content is built for, what the content is trying to achieve, and some other things perhaps about your company or your business. The more information you put in this blog topic or idea section, the better off and more helpful and useful the blog content generator tool is going to be. And I'm going to talk a lot more about generating good prompts towards the end of our talk today. Then from the sections, you're going to select from pre-generated title options. So again, I've described my post and my country, and then the next screen that I'm going to see based on my content request, HubSpot is going to give me a series of a number of possible titles. I'm going to go through here. It will tell you the difficulty to rank and keyword intent if it's available, if there's enough search volume on that. And that's what MSV is search volume. But as you look through those content titles, you're going to select the one that you like best. And note there's a little pencil next to all of these as well. So you can simply click that pencil and tweak it to your liking as necessary. One thing that I've noticed inside of generating this content information is that it does really tend towards generic. And so if you're trying to write specifically for a product or a service that you own and you want to get the product name inside of it, you might have to use the pencil in order to tweak that exactly. Also worthy of note that the data that they're gathering as far as the MSV, difficulty to rank, and keyword intents, those are all generated from SEMrush or SEMrush data. All right, so from there, we're going to review and fine tune our outline. So I picked my title. It's generating a description automatically. And then it gives me a series of paragraph content headers. So there's probably going to be 5 or 6 of these. I cut it off after the first one because I'm going to demo this anyway. And then you'll be able to either revisit, edit those in real time, and hit the little refresh button to regenerate the upcoming content. And then when you're down at the bottom, you're going to hit generate blog post. And then boom, your beautiful AI optimized and first draft of your blog post is available. I say first draft because really, really, really please don't publish this content wholesale from nothing and expect it to perform and or to be trouble-free. So let me just control, I'm going to control tab over here, and I'm going to go in and do this myself. So I am in my blog inside of my HubSpot demo account for BusyWeb, and see, I see the little top icon for AI, generate blog post. From there, I'm going to include a topic or idea. So hug topic around AI. Please be friendly. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give it anything more than this. We'll see how good it is. And I'm going to say United States because that's where I am. And then I'm going to click the next button. It's going to give me some blog post titles. It takes a little bit of time, and there's a cute little widget that spins around. And as it goes, now I get a series of different potential items. Now, MSV, again, MSV is monthly search volume, again, powered by sales or SEMrush. Difficulty to rank in keyword intents. So I can see informational intent, commercial, transactional, navigational. And so all of these are informational intent keywords. So revolutionizing education with AI. Ooh. Enhancing customer service with AI technology. Impact the stock market. Holy crap, that sounds a little dangerous. I don't want to do that one. Let's do unleashing the power of AI in marketing. Note that I can also click the little button for HubSpot users. Just generate that, and there we go. So I selected that. I'm going to click next. My outline is generating, and then I can fine tune any of this content inside of here. So understanding AI in marketing, benefits of AI for HubSpot users, implementing AI in HubSpot marketing, AI tools for HubSpot users, and future trends. Now, let's say I want to make my AI tools higher up. I can also do that. Then I can do AI tools for HubSpot users in the Midwest and benefits for HubSpot users in the Twin Cities and implementing HubSpot AI in marketing for manufacturers. So I'm just tweaking these up a little bit, and then I am going to generate the blog post. When I click generate blog post, it doesn't take terribly long, and it's going to generate this content. It gives us a tip. Always check generated content before publishing. I said it. HubSpot said it. Make sure you're doing this. And then it's going to generate my beautiful blog post in just a couple seconds. So here we are, unleashing the power of AI in marketing for HubSpot users. Bing, bang, boom. It gave me all of the content. Notice it's giving me a lot of information. And now it's my job and my responsibility to edit this content. I can add images. I can add featured images inside of here using ChatSpot. Some tool or some folks have the image generator tool available to them. This demo account does not, so I can't generate AI images, but we'll get to that in a couple of minutes. And so lots of information and fun available here. So that's what we're going to do. Oops, I'm going to go back through It's a little preview of the other things that we're going to demo today, I guess. There we go. So that's our generated blog post. So here we go. Next, blog content. You can also create or edit blogs and simply use the slash to start generating content with AI. A dropdown is going to appear when you do that. So if I'm generating an outline in this case, if I'm inside of my blog post, all you need to do is type slash, and then this navigation pops up, has our little AI icon, and then you can generate paragraphs, outlines, ideas, or conclusions. So you get down to the bottom of your blog post, you're stuck for how to wrap it up. You can just do slash, give me a conclusion. It's going to look at the rest of your content in that blog post and come up with something that can help wrap up your content in your article. Super, super helpful. So you can do that. And then you can also select content inside of blog posts and rewrite, expand, shorten, or change your tone. So if my first paragraph of this blog was a little bit too stodgy, I can highlight it. And then if I highlight, it's simply going to go in and I'm going to get the opportunity to change tone to friendly instead of professional, for example. And actually, I want to take a little bit of time and do that one here. So let's go here in the first paragraph. I'm just going to highlight this. A little icon pops up for my AI. I click that, and then I want to rewrite or change tone. Let's make it witty. Change tone to witty. Artificial intelligence is like the cool kid on the marketing block, shaking things up and changing the game for how companies connect with their customers. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to insert it. It just replaced that content right there. I can also highlight, get my icon, click the button, and shorten. Too long, too wordy. Make it less. AI is revolutionizing marketing by performing human tasks like learning, problem solving, and decision making. I like that. Bang, done. Easy as that. Isn't that fun? I love this stuff. All right, so we've changed our tone. Now we can also optimize titles and metadata automatically. So inside of settings in my blog post, up at the top, I'm going to go to the icon or look for my little AI icon again. And then I can optimize my meta description based on the content that's already in the post. And then I can also get my information for other content inside of here. There's one more inside of it. Actually, let me go there for a sec. And if I go to settings up at the top, blog author is required. So inside of this blog post, I need to set my author. Blogger Bobby is my author. And then inside of here, I have my little icon. It already generated something because I used the blog post generator, but I have that. And then if the image tool was available to me here, I'd be able to add a AI enabled image. So the featured image, it's not available in this test account, but for most folks it is. So if I turned on enable featured image, it would then prompt me and ask me if I wanted to generate that from AI. As well, I can change the titles up here too. So let's go back and let's talk next about email content. So inside of emails, you can do your outreach two ways. You can either do direct emails from your inbox in your personal email, or you can generate content inside of newsletters for outlines and posts. James asks, can you include grammatical preferences when creating blogs? Common one when I was at agencies was half used the Oxford comma and half didn't. That's a fantastic question, and I'm not positive. I think what you would want to do inside of your post or inside of your prompt when you did that was, please do not use the Oxford comma if that was your preference. One thing to note, and sharp-eyed or eagle-eyed viewers might have noticed this, I have a AI tool on top of my AI inside of HubSpot. I use the Grammarly tool. And you can, inside of Grammarly Pro, set the option to either do or do not use the Oxford comma, depending on your preference. So Grammarly comes free, and you can just load it into your Chrome or whatever your browser of choice is. So that would be another way to accomplish that. But great question. So let's talk about the email generator for a second. This is one of those things that is obvious and has been in our inboxes for a while. If you use HubSpot and you've got it connected to your email, if you don't, please reconsider that, because wow, what an amazing tool and a great integration. But you can select inside of emails to write an email for you. So if you're struggling, you want to get something out, but you're not positive how it works, or you just feeling brain dead, it's the end of the day on a Thursday or on a Wednesday morning, and you need to get started, you can just have your AI write that email. So what happens when you click that button inside of Google Workspace or Microsoft 365, you'll get the email generator. It's going to give you a number of prompts. The email type, you'll get a drop down between the different types. What are you selling? And then what are you selling? Who are you selling to? And give a few words to describe what you want to communicate in your email. You're going to set your tone, answer a bunch of other questions, and bang, it'll pop out that email. Another way to do this is also to go into any newsletter or marketing emails that you're generating or you're working on, and simply add that magical slash. When you get the slash, you're going to be prompted with the AI icon, and you'll be able to ask it or tell it what you want it to do. So I'm going to demo both of those things quick. So let's go here. Let's see. We already talked about that one. So I'm in emails here. I'm going to make this bigger so that you can see it. But over on the right, I see write an email for me. So bang, I'm going to select, and then I'm going to select what kind of email I want. Maybe it's an introduction, maybe it's a cold outreach, maybe it's a follow-up. And those are our three options. Let's do follow-up. What are you selling? HubSpot websites using CMS. Who are you selling to? If you have a persona loaded into your HubSpot, I believe this connects with that, but don't quote me on that 100%. But you can live up, or you can just say exactly who this is. And this is where more detail than less is better. So I'm going to say Millie Marketer, 3-year account rep at a manufacturing company in the Twin Cities. In a few words, describe what you want to communicate in this email. Just checking in on our proposal. It's not nearly enough content, but you don't want to watch me type. And then I'm going to make this optimistic. Bing, bang, boom, generate. And it's going to give me that content. Can we discuss our proposal for HubSpot websites? Hi, Millie. Hope you're having a great day. Wanted to follow up on our proposal. And if I like it, I click insert content. And that's all there is to it. And let me move this over. Thank you, Fathom. I don't need you to record this meeting, though. All right, so let's go back. And oops, went the wrong way. So then the next thing that you can do inside of here is social media. Now, social media is one of the banes of everyone's existence. It's also one of the reasons we all have jobs. So we like it, but it's sometimes a little tough to generate lots and lots of content on demand. And if you, like me, have problems with generating content on a regular basis and need a little boost, the social generator inside of the posts can be very helpful. So in order to do the social post generator, you go to generate new posts by going to marketing and then social, and then you're going to create a social post and then click the AI icon inside of the post window. So that is what I've done here. And again, I'm just going to go over and show you what I mean here. I need to go to the right place. That's to generate, I forgot to do the generate content, but inside of marketing emails, if I simply do a slash, I can do generate a paragraph or a heading, and then it gives me the option. I mentioned for the eagle-eyed folks, this is Grammarly. It's built into my browser because I've added it. It's not built into HubSpot. So then we go. And now this is the social account generator. So inside of social accounts, I've gone to marketing and then social. And then I went to create social posts. And then inside of my account, I have my AI assistant icon. So I click that. And then what's the post about? And I'm going to say a post, promote our upcoming hug on AI content in HubSpot. Click generate, and then it creates that post for me. Exciting news, we're hosting a must-attend hug event all about AI content in HubSpot. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to include it. It even includes a couple cute little emojis, which is super fun, and it gives you some recommended hashtags. So dig it, super fun, super easy. So let's go back to our content because I want to show you a couple other small AI features inside of HubSpot. Not going to demo these because I promised you content, and frankly, I want to leave some more time for Q&A at the end. But here's some other things that you can do inside of HubSpot's AI tools. If you're building reports and you want to create something and you're struggling with how to get started, there is a beta for an AI assistant. This is included in most HubSpot accounts, not all. And if you need to request that beta, get a hold of me after the event today, and I'll be able to talk with HubSpot to make sure that you can see that. But the AI assistant will prompt you to describe what you're looking for. And then you're telling it who you want to report, what kinds of activities you're looking for, what the overall goal or result. And it gives you a bunch of examples to try. So how much feedback am I getting from my customers each day? Which deals have been updated recently? Which deals have not been updated in the past month is one that I find relatively helpful. All kinds of stuff inside of that. So reporting, you can use AI for that as well. And then also service. So this is interesting because if you use HubSpot's service tools, the Service Hub, to engage with your customers at all, for example, we host a number of websites for our clients, and we also have ongoing marketing services for our clients. We collect questions and things at busyweb.com/support. And so for the folks that are interacting with us, we track all of that information inside of Service Hub. So I can go to my conversation summaries and I can look at any of my conversations, and then I can simply highlight the text inside of that conversation and click to use the AI assistant. So you'll see what happens when I highlighted the text here. It lets me rewrite, expand, shorten, change tone, or simply draft a message. And then I can also comment and summarize. So I can go in if I have to send a recommendation to the BusyWeb rep in question, I can summarize the entire conversation by asking HubSpot to summarize that and send that directly to them. Super, super helpful. All right, there's one more tool that is a little bit outside of HubSpot, but is HubSpot for all intents and purposes, and that is my good friend and hopefully yours, ChatSpot. We did a hug last year with the folks in charge of HubSpot. So Drew was absolutely brilliant at helping us with everything that we needed to know about this. And so if you haven't seen that, 6 months is a long time ago, and ChatSpot has massively improved and added a bunch of new cool things. I think at the time it didn't even do imaging, but if you haven't checked out ChatSpot in a while, you want to go to chatspot.ai. There's some beta tools inside of ChatSpot that I want to cover, and I actually want to demo a couple of these because I think they're so dang cool. And since I couldn't generate out of my test account inside of HubSpot or inside of our developer test account in HubSpot with images, I'd like to generate an image for you using ChatSpot. Same tool, same backbone, but this way it's an easy way to get around it. So if you want to generate content, discover insights, and integrate that content with HubSpot, super, super fun. I'm going to give you a couple of highlights, and then I will go into demo because that's super fun. Anton says, I'd like to have access to the AI report bot. Thank you very much. Just send me an email at dave@busyweb.com and we'll make sure that you can get into that. We might need to go in and request it through your account. Thanks very much, Anton. All right, so let's talk about one of my favorite completely nerdy tools. If you create YouTube videos, you can use ChatSpot to summarize any YouTube video on the web. What you're going to do here is you go to your YouTube video that you just published, and then you just ask it via the template to summarize the YouTube video. You paste in the URL of the video, and it comes up with a fantastic overview description that you can use as the starter for your YouTube video description, which is how you get found on YouTube. So note, this video is a webinar hosted by Dave and Trigby. It misspelled Trigby's name, naughty, naughty ChatSpot, but it tried its best. So I need to go in and edit this, of course. There's a one-click button to copy, and then I can go back to my YouTube video, paste that in the description, and I am done. I don't need to watch through the entire video to remember all of the salient points. Trigby says boo, and I agree. But it's super, super helpful and can save you a ton of time. You can also create images. I'm going to show you this in real time because it's pretty fun, but it has the same limitations that all AI imagery does. So I typed, generate an image of a man presenting to a large group on stage, and the audience is eating lunch in the style of comic book. And so did pretty well. This one kind of looks like a Nerd Last Supper. This one looks like they're at a 12 Angry Men review. That one kind of looks like they're there, but he's standing on top of the heads of the people at the back. And then this is one I had for a winner. The face is weird though. The guy only has 3 fingers, and you know that one. This guy in the front corner, his thumb has been broken off. So there's a little bit of challenges there. And there's also still a little bit of fuzziness around copyright and AI. So AI imagery in particular. So be careful with that. All right. There's all kinds of marketing tools. And inside of the templates, you can simply browse through and identify which tools you'd like to check out. My favorites out of these are build a persona profile, generate a blog post, of course. Title, crafting an elevator pitch is super fun. It asks you some questions and it brings you through what you need to do. If you're struggling to break through and you want to get more opens, generating an email subject line, you can do that inside of the standard email generator, but you can do all of that here as well. And there's all kinds of other templates inside of ChatSpot, including CRM related, how to summarize the content that I've been working in, or give me a list of all of my unengaged contacts or my most recent unengaged contacts so you can re-engage them. There's all kinds of marketing stuff. It'll show you how to, actually for Anton, you might want to go into HubSpot How To and ChatSpot and see how to get access to the AI reporting bot. There is reporting stuff that's built in. Again, when you log into ChatSpot, you're going to use your account that you use to log into your HubSpot account, and then you can connect to the two. It's a simple one-two connection, and then as soon as you do, you can research technology or a company, and with a single click, you can import that company data into your HubSpot record. So let's demo this for just a second because I think it's super, super helpful and fun. That's all the stuff that we've gone through. Okay, so we're in ChatSpot now, and I'm in the BusyWeb HubSpot demo account. So I like to just go to templates at the beginning, and then these are the featured ones. So crafting an elevator pitch, designing a customer feedback survey, learn with HubSpot Tech or Academy, research technology. This one's really fun. So research technology, what software does this company use? Let's go to, let's say, target.com. Give them the URL. And then accounting and finance software. It gives us all of the content and information that they use. advertising, analytics, CRM, gold mine. They don't use HubSpot. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Aggregates, knowledge, blue sky. Of course, you would imagine that HubSpot or that Target does a lot of different stuff, but I can look at all of this information, and then I can also, inside of my templates, I can do research company. And let's do the same thing. Let's just go target.com. And then it's going to pop up the general information that's most relevant to me as a salesperson. So Target Corporation is a general merchandise retailer, industry group, location, annual income, 109 billion. So, they're doing all right. Their LinkedIn page. But here's the important thing to note. Add to HubSpot. This will add Target Corporation as a contact or as a company record inside of your HubSpot account. Or subscribe to news. If you want to get an email anytime something new is coming up about Target. Now, again, I wouldn't recommend that because there's a lot of stuff that comes out about Target. But if you have a Target account that you're trying to learn more information about or that you want to stay up with so that you can engage, super, super helpful. Here's another fun template. If I go into images, I can get a number of different style images. So I did comic book style image. If I want to do pixel art or sketch style, let's see, let's just do retro film style image. Generate an image of a man presenting to a group of people over a computer. Style analog film. James says that's a terrifying tech stack. I agree. Target's got a lot going on, doesn't it? All right, so a man generating. Ooh, that's kind of creepy looking, but could be kind of interesting. It's the style that I grabbed though, and I can download that and use it. Or, oops, let me X out of this. Here he is presenting. That's old school, kind of interesting. So, you can see my options. So he's presenting in front of a group of people. And so very, very fun. And you can use these images with, some, I don't really love using these images for public consumption. You can sort of, but I would at least get your graphics team involved and to spruce these up, or maybe use these for brainstorming, right? So other templates, again, company insights, research and summaries, thought leadership is really interesting. Craft a LinkedIn article, enhance sales team performance. So ChatSpot, using a background information about my sales team, act as a coach to enhance my sales team's performance. Our product service is, and it prompts you, and it prompts you, and it prompts you for all the different things that you have to include here. So this is all a stock ChatGPT prompt that this template is bringing in. So this is essentially a skin of ChatGPT. And so as we move forward, I want to, let's just go into the next couple of things, because I think this is important to know. And I want to talk about prompt optimization inside of here, because I think it's important for all of us, especially as you're playing with ChatSpot, but also anything in AI, to give more context. And so that would be helpful for us to move. Before I do though, Lee asks, with the research company information, is the AI more accurate than when writing a blog post? Sort of. So when you're looking at research, you have to keep in mind that ChatGPT in particular has a data set that is about a year to 2 years old. So if you're looking for current information, you're not going to have everything in there. So if Target started using HubSpot last week or last month, it won't know that yet because the data set isn't there yet. So yes, sort of, where the data is coming from real world and it's giving you that information. But like everything with AI, you need to take it with a grain of salt. All right, Great question. And so as we move into this, as you think about interacting with AI, whether it's through the content generator inside of HubSpot proper, whether it's through ChatSpot or one of the other tools like Gemini or ChatGPT, you need to get good at offering the proper context and showing the GPT or the AI tool what you're looking for. So offering background and context is always helpful. You are a seasoned marketing professional in blank, your industry, and you're looking for whatever that is. This is you telling the robot what it should present at, what its persona is. And then again, think conversationally. You're going to input natural language questions. We don't need to use all the operators that we used to have to do when doing deep Google research. You can ask it to rephrase, to summarize, or optimize, to improve, which is also very helpful. Generating content straight up, if you wanted to just work with ChatSpot in particular, you could type this prompt into ChatSpot and it will give you a blog post or whatever content you want for the target audience that highlights the benefits and brings it in. One thing that I like to do inside of this, especially using ChatSpot, is specify the phase of the buyer's journey that I'm trying to optimize for. So help me outline a series of blog posts that aligns with the awareness phase of the buyer's journey for my product. And then you give as much detail as you think is relevant for that product or service or content. Super, super helpful. And the more context you give the GPT, the better your results will be. And again, don't forget that you need to optimize and think for yourself as well. Anybody that takes this content and just republishes it wholesale is running a risk that I'm not willing to take. So let's wrap up and get into Q&A. And so as we close up, I've mentioned it a number of times, but I think it bears repeating again. You are absolutely 100% the expert and the human and the adult in the room. So when you're using AI, please make sure that you're watching out for content accuracy, for copyright issues, and for plagiarism. Content accuracy, what I mean is hallucinations and or things not popping up correctly. Especially if you're in the health and wellness fields, posting the wrong thing or the wrong advice could be detrimental to your readers. So make sure that you're very, very careful with that. And as well, just make sure if you want to rank well on Google search or in any search at all, it needs to be unique and human generated content. So you can use it to brainstorm, but make sure that that content is your own at the end. BusyWeb actually has a rather lengthy guideline document that we use with all of our team members to make sure that we're all using AI responsibly. It has improved and sped up our processes, and the content that we write for our clients has both improved and come faster, but we still spend more time editing than we spend in writing at this point because the content comes easy. We work with our clients, we repurpose, we rephrase, we change tone as necessary, but then we are generating that content for final consumption. So Leanne asks, would I be willing to share my AI policy? I think I can make that available. So yes, we certainly can. If you can, just to remind me, please send that email to dave@busyweb.com. I think I have that at the home. So yeah, dave@busyweb.com is the slide to go to, or the email to please send the request for the AI policy, because that's not in the packet that we're automatically going to send everyone, but everyone else is going to get the following content. So if you want the deck and the replay, here's the way to get it right now. You're just going to use your phone or your computer to type in bit.ly/AI hug. That's going to give you, actually, let's just go ahead to that page. This is the page that the page is going to get. So you're going to get access to the slide deck, a link to the video of the presentation, which we're going to repost as a private video on YouTube. So you need the link in order to get it. And then you're also going to get the content audit template, and you'll be able to connect with me and even schedule a meeting if you want some help. One other note before we get into straight Q&A, next Wednesday, we have X the Expert, selling and lead generation. If you have heard of the mythical Trygve Olson, he leads pipeline generation bootcamp. If you remember Dan Tyre, he is the new Dan Tyre for HubSpot and leads that pipeline generation bootcamp. So any lions in the room want to catch up or learn how to sell with the most recent cutting edge content, go to that event and register at busyweb.com/events, and then register for X the Expert next week, because that's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. All right. So here's the thank you page. Let's get into Q&A. What other questions do you have for us? What is our hug? That is actually included on my screen. HubSpot user group is here. Use HubSpot AI. Oh man, what is our next HubSpot user group content? It's on the website. 7 events, 7 steps. Oh, I'm sorry. 7 steps to event automation with HubSpot. Wednesday, March 27th is coming up as well. So if you go to that event, this is actually at Dynamico at the Designers Guild building. And so in person is next Wednesday, March 27th for the next hug. So thanks for that reminder, Jen. It's in person at the Dynamico building. It's a beautiful space, and I can't wait to join them. All right, so let's go back and take questions. I think I can open up so that we can talk. For the folks that are watching the replay, we're going to now stop the recording so that we can get into a few more questions, but let's go ahead and break into that. Thank you very much for the time. Can't wait to see you on the 27th for our next hug. And I hope this was helpful and as fun as it was for me. See ya. And thanks to Dynamico for co-hosting.